Cody Efaw, GM of Nice Motorsports, says they're looking at moving up to Cup with Carson Hocevar and also throw some shade at Harrison Burton. Coming up next. What is going on, everybody? I hope you are doing good. All right. Cody Efaw went on Davey Segal's podcast or did an interview with him or whatever, and he said some pretty interesting things. Let's listen to the clip real quick.
If I'm going to run that many weekends a year, I want a Cup race.
Fair.
And that series I feel is very watered down, right? I just don't see maybe a handful of teams being able to win. And I feel like in trucks, there's a stout list that can win every week. And it's hard.
All right, so in this clip, you see he says the Xfinity Series is watered down. There's only a handful of guys that can actually win. To that point, I would agree with him. But then he went on to further say this, and let's make no mistake about it, he was singling out Harrison Burton.
Don't mean to single someone out, but I watched someone at Sonoma that has Xfinity wins, has no truck wins. He's in a Cup car, ran truck this past weekend, and I didn't even know he's in the race.
All right, so you can see there that he singled out Harrison Burton. But let's take a look at the stats real quick. Harrison Burton only ran one full season in the Truck Series, where he had 7 top fives in that one full season. Now let's take a look at his current driver, Carson Hocevar. Harrison Burton, of course, is 21 years old. Hocevar is 19, so similar in age, especially if you moved up Hocevar next season, he would be 20, or if you moved him up the season after that, he would be the same age, 21. So in his first full season of the trucks, he only had 3 top fives, and this season he only has 3 top fives. So to throw that kind of shade at Harrison Burton, to single him out like that, I thought was uncalled for, especially when you were talking about moving up a driver who has almost the exact same or slightly worse statistics than Harrison Burton had, and he doesn't even have the Xfinity wins that Harrison Burton has. So I didn't get this whole part of it where he just basically threw Harrison Burton under the bus, especially when his driver is not necessarily statistic-wise significantly better than Harrison Burton. Now, I know he's had some bad luck, but if I went back and looked at all of those Harrison Burton races, I can almost guarantee you Harrison Burton probably had some bad luck in those too. So whatever point he was trying to make, once you put an actual driver, now he didn't name him by name, but everybody knew who he was talking about. Once you put that driver out there on blast like that, that becomes more of the story than the actual point you were trying to make. So I think no matter what happened here, he sort of lost everybody's attention because all they're talking about now is, oh, you're throwing shade at Harrison Burton.
But I would like to get Carson in some races next year in Cup. I would, and I think he's able to do it. I think he's capable of doing it. We just have to get the right stuff for him and do it. I think we've got some partners that are supportive of it. It may not happen either, but I would do it. That's kind of where I see us. And Al, like, in all honesty, he's 77 years old and he works day in and day out. He always says, if I stop, I'm going to die.
And finally, I think we got sort of to the crux of the matter, why they actually want to move up. He said Al Neese is 77 years old. He says if he runs that many weekends, he wants to run in Cup. So I think those are more of the real reasons. I don't think it necessarily has anything to do with Carson Hocevar. I think they just have their eye on Cup, and they think this is the best time to move up to Cup. Who they move up with, Carson Hocevar is as good as anybody because their first year in Cup, I think, is just going to be a struggle period in the conversation. And I think after that, you might see some improvement, but their first year is going to be a throwaway year no matter who they have in the race car. So from that perspective, you might as well have Carson Hocevar in there, get him some experience. And he also said he wants to run a few races with him next season anyway. So it could be a part-time deal. So that would actually be the best situation for everybody involved. Run a part-time deal next year, and then the year after that, sort of see if you want to jump all the way in or not. All right, but they're like, man, some just straight inflammatory comments. I see his point, but I didn't really see his point in calling out Harrison Burton. That was sort of strange. Harrison Burton seems like a super nice kid, so I didn't get that one. But It is what it is. He said it. All right, that is all I got for you today. If you made it this far, feel free to subscribe down below. It helps the channel out a lot, and I really, really appreciate it, guys. And if you got a comment or question, leave it down in the comment section. I try to get to as many of them as I can. And other than that, thanks for your time. Peace.